And we're live. Welcome, everybody. Monday after Catcon. Who's all hungover? I kind of feel hungover. I want to say thank you to Halana's Catfishing Adventures for being a member for 2 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. And if you guys see up on screen, I got Troy's message. He says, Mark, we can start. He's here now. That's what I use to start my show, is whether or not certain people are. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving him a hard time. Troy's always a good supporter. He's always thinking, always sharing everybody's links out. So make sure you do the same for him. Now let me start welcoming everybody in tonight. I see Keith, Northwestern Pennsylvania fishing. What's going on, Keith? How you doing, my friend? There's Adventures with Robin C, channel member, crew member. I appreciate you, Robin. I got to meet her. She was a sweetheart. There's Miss Annette's Catfishing. How you doing, Annette? Met her this week. Avid's fisherman crew member. What's up, Avid? Avid's going to have surgery tomorrow on his eyes, so let's keep him in our prayers. Big Wrench Catfishing, met him. He's a channel's crew member. How you doing, Big Wrench? Chucky in the house, met him. Crappie Day Fish On, crew member, met him. Dale Hayslip in the house. Dan Thompson, crew member. What's going on, Dan? How are you? Dinkover Stink Catfishing in the house. Catfish Grande, how you doing, bud? There's my buddy Jeremy Colvin over at Finseeker TV. Fishing with Squirrel. Fishing with Squirrel is going to be a guest of. We won't talk about that. He's going to be a guest pretty soon on either mine or Lyle's show. So keep your eyes open, and you don't want to miss that one. Fishing with Steve Mosley. How you doing, Steve? Freddie's Outdoor Adventures crew member. Freddie was selling the heck out of those FOA rods. Make sure you get them before they're all gone. Get hooked on D Fishing crew member. What's up, D? How you doing? I got to watch the Golden Whisker Awards with her, and I got to share some pizza with her. It was a lot of fun. The Kim Burnett in the house. JG Hill Studios in the house. Misplaced Country Girl. She's a new one to the chat. I got to meet her this weekend. It was wonderful to meet her. There's Nina's Kayak crew, part of the Catfish and Crappie crew as well. Nubby's Catfishing in the house. There's Jesse Outdoor Addiction. I know he showed up on Saturday. Unfortunately, didn't get to meet him. Maybe next year. He lives real close. We got to go fishing, Jesse, one of these times. P&B Catfishing, a.k.a. Paul Boyle, crew member. What's going on? There's Palmetto Cat. He was the master of ceremonies on Friday and Saturday. Parker Pursuit in the house. Parker got a big old catfish this weekend. Congratulations, Parker. There's Troy again, Real and Virtual Outdoors. How you doing, Troy? There's John Parker over at Real Time Catfishing. I got to meet him and the wonderful Miss Dana this weekend. That was wonderful. There's Silver Fox Fishing Sandy. Got to meet her. That was cool. There's my buddy Takedown Catfishing. How you doing, Kenneth? Me and Kenneth will be doing his show, or actually doing the Hog Leg show on Kenneth's channel Wednesday morning. Hog Leg can't make it, so I'll be helping him out then. I'm looking forward to that. I better get some sleep. There's Team Snag and Whiskers. Sean, how you doing, Sean? The Catfish Queen. Tara Blackburn, what's up, Tara? How you doing? Van, I got to meet. He's a crew member, V3 Customs. How you doing, Van? Want to be outdoors, Matt's in the house. There's Whisker Dreams. 217 Rebel Outdoors is in the house. Let's see who else we got here. Cody from 3+1 Outdoors. What's up, Cody? He was a lot taller than I thought he was going to be.
He's got a big head too.
I can say that, Cody.
And he can't run worth a lick.
Dale, just in case I missed you, I'm saying hello a second time if I did. And I think we are good. Let's start the show. Welcome to the Catfish and Crappie podcast. My name is Mark, and today we are doing Catfish, or the Catcon Roundup show, but I just got inundated with a bunch of membership milestones. So let's do them real quick, guys, if you don't mind. Let's see who we got here. All right, my computer don't want to work. There's Avid Fisherman's been a member for 10 months. Thank you, Avid. 17 months, Fishing Freedom. Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. We got V3 Customs, been a member for 15 months. Thank you, Van. You're the man. D, get hooked on fishing. Or get hooked on D Fishing for 22 months. Thank you, D. I appreciate each and every one of you. Guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, folks. So today, Uncle Lou's in the house. What's up, Uncle Lou? I also want to make sure that I shout out my sponsors. Not my sponsors, but channel supporters. I want to thank Fishbrain for helping me out and helping the channel out. You guys are great. I look forward to doing a lot more stuff with them this spring. Also want to thank Amped Outdoors, great lithium batteries over at Matthew Matthew over at Amped Outdoors. Uncle Lou's Tackle, as always, supporting not just my fishing addiction, but everybody else's in the catfish community and outside of it. Multi-Bar, in my opinion, the best rod racks in the business. Also, JT and Jimmy over at Port Barrington Marina. Without you guys, I'd be fishing a lot less. So big shout out to them. Their links are in the description. If you want to visit them, please do. If you're looking for any of the things they have to offer, please visit them and tell them that you heard of them from me. And we got a super sticker from Dink over Stink Catfish, $1.99. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, that's a mouthful. I get on these rolls. It's like a roller coaster ride going down that first hill, and I get started and I can't stop. So today we got Art from 1 Ton. We got Josh from 1 Ton. Let me see if Josh's mic cleared up. Oh, Josh looks like his mic's cleared up. What's going on, Josh? We got LGBASS. Tom, what's going on? We also got Eric and Curtis, the brothers extraordinaire in the house.
YouTube.
You know, I got messages saying, about time you got Eric and Curtis on the show. I'm like, yeah.
Hey. 361 days.
I think that's the countdown. Eric's been known for giving the countdown for Catcon every year. And there's 361 more days. Did you already get a date for next year, or are you just guessing?
It'll be the last weekend of February, like always. So it'll be February 23rd.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes, that came out. I saw it just before I came in, 23rd and the 24th.
So mark your calendars, folks. It'll be a good time. I know I had a lot of fun. Uncle Jeep with the bacon emojis. So, all right, let's start with you. I hung out with Art a little bit, quite a bit, the one day I was there, and we had a good time checking out all the vendors and stuff, and we got to do a little talking. What was your favorite part of the show, or what were some of your most memorable what are some of the better memories that you have? It's only been a couple of days. I'm talking like it's been a month.
So my favorite, the one that icing on the cake is us getting all together. There's 2 stands, Dustin, Kevin, obviously myself, Josh, Tom, and Kelly. We went and shut down a Chinese buffet.
And Kevin and Anna too.
Did they say you go home?
I think you left out Michael.
Oh yes, Murillo too. I'm sorry, Murillo. I can't believe that I left my best friend out.
Yeah,
Anna.
No, they didn't. They didn't say you go now. But when we were leaving, they left us a dry patch of floor where they didn't mop.
Yeah, I actually had to go to I said, well, before we go, I want to hit the bathroom. And I was like, I'm not walking across that floor. We had to hurry home back to our place that we had rented. Because the floor was soaking wet, and I said, I'll end up on my back. Because I ain't doing that.
So were they scared when they saw you fellas walk in?
Oh no, they were like cha-ching. They knew we wouldn't back out.
That's pretty much become like the norm for you guys. When everybody meets, you guys will hit a buffet somewhere, don't you?
We try at least get together and go eat to break bread. That's really fun. It's fun for us because I mean, we fishing together would be another bonus, but just breaking bread and getting to know the people who they are. Yeah.
Kevin Palmetto Cat says, I laid on the floor and undid my belt. They didn't like me too much. Before I forget, I want to make sure that everybody keeps the Murillo family in your prayers. He lost his grandfather yesterday. I don't know if it was at yesterday night or yesterday morning, either way, but we want to make sure we keep him and his family in our prayers. I was honored enough not only just to talk to Michael this weekend, but I also got to meet his sister, and definitely it was a good time talking with them, and it's kind of hard to hear that he's going through that stuff. So keep the Murillo family in your prayers, definitely.
Yep.
How about you, Tom? We hung out a little bit. How would you enjoy the most? What do you recall?
I think that for me, it's just the interaction with everybody that you talk to online all year long, and just some of the people I had met last year. Last year was my first year. And I just came back with so many memories of shaking hands and hugs and, fooling around with everybody and having a good time. And this year there was a lot more new faces. got to when I first walked in. I walked right up, and Tim Molina was sitting there by the door. Got to meet him right away, and that was a big surprise. And Martin from the UK. That to me, it's more about the people. I wouldn't have even. Although I do enjoy, I'm a tackle junkie, and I do enjoy buying stuff. But to me, if it had just been a giant get together without all that, I would have been just as happy. But I had a blast all the way around. It was really fun.
I agree 100%. I made the trip, and you guys know I'm a tackle junkie, but I got tons of it. There was nothing I really needed going down there except to meet with everybody who was down there, and that's exactly why I went. And it was really worth the ride, to be honest. I can't say that it wasn't. No, not in the least. I met a lot of people. That being said, what about you, Josh? What do you recall?
Oh man! Aside from the food, I really enjoyed just hanging out in the YouTube area, just kind of chilling with everybody and seeing how all these folks that we watch sometimes are how they really are in person. So it's pretty cool. That's pretty much the main part of it, man. Just enjoyed the fellowshipping. It was a nice change of pace.
Fish on Luke in the house. He says Maurice Kaysen is my number one. I'd have to agree with that one, definitely. What about now? I wanted to invite Eric and Curtis here because if there was an award for the socialites of the event, I think they would have won it because they were all over the place. They were being kind to everybody. They were being talkative with anybody. If anybody's a big supporter of the channels that was there, they would have rose to the top, definitely. So did you guys have a good time?
Yes. I want to say I loved meeting everybody, hugging necks, holding hands and all that stuff. But my highlight was Chris from Hooks and Hammocks grabbing my rear end. That boy. To us both at the same time. Come right
really?
Up
oh my goodness.
Wait,
someone you wouldn't expect. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to call out Jerry Parker because he did that to me, and I felt violated, Jerry.
I thought you were going to knock his block off. Your eyes, Mark.
I was like, what in tarnation? I'm a married man.
I thought it was Van that did it because he was going around doing that last year.
I felt so guilty. I had to text my wife and let her know.
Yeah.
See, now I'm jealous. I didn't get my butt grabbed.
There's always next year. Everybody in chat, keep that in mind. Josh wants his butt grabbed next year.
Hey, Josh, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
I'd have
what you wish for, Josh.
I would definitely have to agree with that. So let's talk a little bit about the people that we met. All right. We'll start with Eric and Curtis. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Who surprised you the most? Who didn't look like you expected? Who sounded different? Who was a pleasant surprise? We won't go the opposite on the spectrum of that one, but what do you guys have to say about that stuff?
Martin from the UK. Meeting him, that was awesome. He wasn't what I expected. I thought he'd be taller.
I thought a lot of people would have been taller.
Yeah. But he's just a little fella. Come on, Art, you're making me feel uncomfortable. I'm not trying to interrupt my brother, but talking to the guy that's sitting over there in his truck, that was one of the great people I met that I hung out with and I got to talk to. And like I told him, I'd love to see him on Forged in Fire. I would watch that. I would root for that man because that is cool.
Speaking of which, I got all my guests' links down in the description, so make sure you check out their YouTube channels, and give them watch their content, give them a sub, and frequent their channel every day if you can. So, Uncle Josh does some knife forging, correct, Josh?
Yep.
How long have you been doing that? Because I do have an Uncle Josh knife here somewhere, actually, on my desk.
Yeah. What was it you'd asked? I'm sorry.
How long have you been forging, and how long has your channel been going?
I think I've been forging for, I want to say 5 years or so. Yeah, I want to say about 5 years. And the channel's relatively new. It's just been there as long as like 1 ton has been there.
Did you bring any of your knives to Catcon?
I did. I brought a couple of them with me. Yeah. Just because I like to carry them.
Understand.
Yeah, if they had a metal detector there, Josh wouldn't have got in. He was loaded for bear.
There was a couple of people I saw that went up for awards. I'm not going to name any names that were printing pretty hardcore. I don't think they'd have made it in through the gate either. But it is what it is.
It's like that knife case that Josh had for that one knife he had on the side.
Yep.
Oh my, yeah, the one with the gar skin.
Garskin, yep.
Yeah, I love that one. It's one of my favorites.
Very cool. How about you, Tom? Well, any surprises, pleasant or not?
The biggest surprise from what you see on TV for me was DC Metro Angler. He's very tall, and seeing him from the GoPro, you don't see him his full length. And I was surprised. I didn't even think it was him. And I said, "Excuse me, but are you DC?" And he was. And I said, "I never would have guessed that you were that tall." That really kind of shocked me.
Ernie, the hog snatcher, surprised me too. He's quite the stature of a man. I was like, "Whoa, Ernie, what's up, buddy?" He was awfully nice. Me and him talked for a little while. But who do you think's taller, Ernie or a DC Metro?
Ernie.
Yep.
Ernie.
Yeah.
I think Ernie's right up there with Art and I. Maybe even a little taller.
And who do you think would get the award for the shortest one at the event out of us?
Brad Caldell.
Between him and Roger. Between Brad and Roger, they're probably short.
Surprise. I expected him to be tall.
Yeah, I've met Roger before, so that didn't throw me for a loop. And I love you, Bobcat, but Bobcat was a surprise because Bobcat looks like a pretty big dude on camera.
I'm going to take my...
Now you know why the fish looks so big when Bobcat's holding it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what
those are all 25-pound fish.
Yeah.
He's lost I don't know how much weight since last year. Bobcat.
He's been doing that carnivore diet, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I was giving him some flack on J-Dog's live stream last night about him having Chad Fields money and being able to afford all them ribeyes. And he said he eats goat steak, whatever goat steak is.
Goat meat is amazing.
There's and Fish on Luke is lying in chat. Is that on your Tinder profile, Luke? Luke says I'm 6'5". People think I'm 5'9". And there's Creole Catfish, and I think he's probably a pretty tall dude too. He comes off as got a pretty good size to him. So a lot of people say that about me too. They always think that I'm shorter than I really am when they meet me. So I've kind of grown to expect it after going to a few of these events and stuff. So how about you, Art? What surprised you?
Surprise was who I met in person was definitely I was looking forward to the most was meeting you, but the biggest surprise probably Paula Smith. I didn't know she was coming.
Right.
Oh, there's Paula Smith. And then that's a really close second, if not tied, was Chris Gamble, Elgato Azul.
Oh, I got a chance to talk to him too. Great guy, real nice, real friendly, real outgoing. He made sure he spent some time with you. I want to make sure I thank Chad for being Chad over at Fishing with the Chad for being a member for 22 months. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate you, bud. Got to make sure I holler those supporters out always. It was pretty good. There was I got to meet Micah Burkhart too, who I had on my show. He's a Tennessee Blue Cat record holder. Great guy over at the Mad Cat booth.
Yeah.
What about people not in the YouTube family? Anybody come to mind, fellas?
All right, Tom, am I going to steal yours?
You guys can share it. He said no.
I'll throw it out there. We were sitting in the YouTube area kind of towards the end of Saturday, and three of the people from Hook, Line, and Chill came and sat down in the on the couches that Steve Douglas had set up there. And I turned and looked over my shoulder. I said, I know who those people are. And so I went over and introduced myself. And they were real nice people, real down to earth. And I think a little bit, they were kind of shocked that we knew who they were, because they don't do the kind of fishing that we do, and what the conference was all about. And they stayed and talked with us, and pictures and everything. They stayed for over an hour in the YouTube area just chatting with us, and they were as nice as could be.
I never watched that channel where he's trout line fishing and jug fishing with the lady in the boat in his little John boat. Never watched that channel. Never heard of it.
Watch it ever.
I saw a picture of Danny Stone on Facebook, and did you guys see that picture?
He was cheesing, boy.
Oh my God! Did he have a grin on him?
Hey, don't tell Stacia now.
I wonder if Stacia knew that he was doing that, but he had that grin.
He was there.
Yeah, those were some people I didn't get a chance to meet. That would have been fun to meet him. So, I mean, that guy's channel took off, like a bat out of hell.
Yep.
And we know why, but heck, more power to him. Let him do it. So, it is a very entertaining channel, and he does raise a lot of money for charities too. So, he does a good job there. Yeah, I was pretty surprised to hear that too. There was another TikToker, comedian that was there, and you'll have to forgive me. Do you guys know his name? You pointed him out to me, Art. Did you ever look him up?
No, but I just knew he was really, really famous on TikTok, and I catch the fever. Come down there.
Yeah, as soon as you pointed him out to me, I'm like, hey, I know that guy. I'll have to look that up. Maybe I'll post that, who he was, on my community board. I want to thank Tim Molina for being a crew member for 22 months. Thank you very much, Tim. I want to thank Brian B. Catfishing for being a member for 20 months. He says, what? Time flies when you're having fun, don't it? Yeah, we met Tara Fishing's asking if we met any of you guys talk or met. We've met. Well, I've never met him. Anybody meet Chunky this weekend?
Oh yeah, we met Chunky in Raleigh, but at Catcon too. I got to sit down and talk to him for a little bit. The poor guy couldn't even eat. People come up and I talked to him. I was trying to eat.
Yeah, Chunky was a busy guy, as far as I could tell. He did holler out to me while he was doing a live stream on TikTok, so at least I got that interaction with the superstar. So I appreciate him for doing that. Also, Haz was so busy. Freddie was so busy. Brian B came over. He spent some time with us. We chatted with him a little bit. It was definitely good to see Brian, 100%. Got to see Nina work in the booth. We got to see Chrissy and Ernie Brown. They're good people. I've met them before. I wish Michelle would have made it, Tom, but I understand she's got a kitchen to build. So.
Yep. And dogs to walk when I'm gone.
I almost had Mrs. CNC talked into going, but I don't know. I think she just wanted me to feel like there was a chance. So,
yeah. Well,
so
I regret that I didn't get to spend more time with you, Mark. And maybe next year we can sit down and
I got a better idea.
A few glasses.
I got a better idea. I think we need to do that on the dock.
Yep.
Absolutely.
For those of you listening on the podcast, Tom's Dock's become pretty famous in the community. A lot of people travel to fish the dock. On what lake is that, Tom?
Lake Gaston.
Lake Gaston. And tell us a little bit about some of the fish that are caught at that lake.
Well, I'll let Art tell you about the biggest one.
Yep, I got it there. Right there.
Art, are you there? Is he locked up? There he is.
Well, we're going to give Art solo layout. Here's your chance to shine and brag a little bit. There you go, bud.
What was the question? Was the biggest fish on the dock?
Yep.
92. I guess I'm being modest because Tom told me it's 94.
93. We reweighed the net. It was 92.
Yeah. But we saw over 100 pounds on the scale, so we just kind of... I didn't want to, put there. And you're always going to have the haters, but that's not
that big.
But I kind of proved how big it was by doing my my pose next to where I was laying next to it. Yep, caught on fresh red horse sucker that was caught earlier that day. Big one too. So just a little chunk off of him on a 9'6" Whisker Seeker. What are they called? What are they called, Mark? Yeah, Whisker Seeker rods. I can't remember the name of it.
They're
Anyway.
just called the Whisker Seeker rods. I don't think they're. Oh, Full Metal Jackets.
Yes, Full Metal Jacket. That's what it is.
Full Metal Jacket, the FMJ.
FMJ. Took about. It felt like 5 to 10 minutes, but I maybe going back and thinking about how long he fought, or just kind of reliving it. I was thinking like 20 to 25, but you know,
It's. Were you nervous the whole time?
I got nervous when at first I thought I was hung up, and then I said, "Wait a second, no, this hang up is moving." Brian B, we ain't going there.
Josh is laughing because Brian B says Art is so arrogant because he has a bigger fish. Just joking.
I know. He knows I'm not arrogant. If anything, I'm quite the opposite.
Oh, and Van wants to know what type of reel were you using?
Well, Van, it had been an Abu Garcia Catfish Special 7000 that I just purchased from Van at Catcon the month before.
Oh. There's usually that kind of a motive when people ask those questions. So does he get the assist?
I text him, and I think I tried calling him. I know I tried calling my dad that night. Epic called me and left me a message because him and I had been talking about previously. Previously, we had been talking about how to catch suckers. So I got a lot of my. I owe Epic a lot of my.
Yeah. Did you guys get to talk to Tim over the weekend?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot.
We spent some quality time with him after the show each night. You know, back at the hotel, so we got to spend some good time with him. But you know, to talk about Art's fish, you asked about the dock. Josh had caught a 47 maybe an hour before that, and that was just a little bit shy of his PB. And you know, you think, hey, that's a great fish. That's going to be the fish of the night. And Art doubled it. So I felt bad for Josh.
I actually caught mine after he caught his.
Was it after? I thought it was before.
No, it was after, because I was like, well, on a normal night, this would have been a fantastic fish.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Art and said, look what you did, you little jerk.
You little jerk.
But we've caught, my PB off the dock is 62. Aaron's got a 61. We've got, I don't know, at least 6 or 7 in the 50 range between us or whoever else is fish with. And we've only got 4 rod holders on the dock, so we don't have a whole lot of space to really throw out a bunch of rods. But we're in a transitory area where the fish are going up and down the river channel, and some nights we get lucky and some nights we don't.
And you did do the 365-day challenge, didn't you?
Yeah, that was the 2021 goal, to try to catch one fish for every day. Now, I didn't fish every day, but I wanted to see if I could catch 365 fish in a calendar year. Being that I was new to the catfishing, I had been a bass fisherman for the better part of 30 years, doing tournaments every year and all that. And I was new to the catfishing, so I wanted to challenge myself. And I ended up catching number 365 on December the 4th. And then I ended up with, I think, 387 for the rest of the year. So last year, my goal, I said, well, let's try something different. I don't catch a whole lot of flatheads. In 2021, I only caught 2, and one of them was at Kerr Lake, not in our lake. So I said, well, it can't be hard to beat 2. I'm going to go for that. Well, I only caught 1 flathead last year. So I failed miserably at that. But I'm going to say that's my goal again this year too. But Aaron and I are keeping track of poundage this year. We're going to, every time we fish, we're going to weigh the fish and record it. and we've already got. I think he told me this morning we're up to 190 pounds, and the bite hasn't even started yet.
Yeah,
Just from the dock.
They'll
So
add up quick. Catfish Regulators wants to know why Art is always so serious.
I'm not always so serious. I think it's quite the opposite, Aaron.
Got some other comments in chat that I can't read.
Why?
Those are my
Brian,
favorite
okay, here
ones.
we go. Brian B says, Regs, he needs to smoke some weed or something. What a... Oh, my. See, I'm not going to read that part. Very cool. So how did you guys use Catcon to get ready for the year ahead? Or did you not? Did you absolutely positively have to buy anything? Or was it all just kind of icing on the cake?
Icing.
Icing?
I know going there, I wanted to get some those takedown rod holders. Sure, but I wasn't sure I was going to leave with any. So
Did you?
I did.
How many did you pick up?
15, but 5 for me. Kyle wanted 5, and Josh got 5.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of rod holders to carry out of there. They're pretty darn good ones, though. I know Jerry Parker, who's sponsored by them, swears by them, and I kind of trust what Jerry says, so I'm pretty sure you guys would be happy with them. So,
Did you see that? They have them where you strap them to a rock or a tree.
Yeah, those look.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it's cool, but there's like $12 for a plate, I think, for those plates. But hammering them right down into a log and use.
yeah, I've seen that on Facebook too. I know those are the same ones that Spencer had been using forever. So they've been proven through time, definitely, and I've seen them before. I know he's definitely made some modifications to them and such. So we're trying to get some of those for my buddy Kenneth Powell. I'm trying to see what we can do with that. So we'll see if we can't get Kenneth some of them. So
That'd be sweet.
other than that, I mean, I was kind of the same way. Anything I bought was pretty much icing on a cake. I did get a couple of rods, some FOA rods, like I was saying. I got a couple of crappie rods while I was there. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all that I bought, besides some food and stuff like that. So you guys had mentioned hanging out with Kevin and all of them at the buffet. Was that Friday or Saturday night?
Saturday.
Saturday night? What'd you guys do on Friday night?
When do we go to burrito? Thursday?
Thursday night we went to the New Wave Burrito. Friday night was back at those guys' hotel. We cooked out. Actually, they had grills out in front of this place, and we just got a bunch of burgers, dogs, chicken stuff, and everybody just sat around enjoying the time, enjoying the night.
Uncle Lou says, poor old Art is catching a lot of smoke in here, poor fella.
I'm glad I can't read chat, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch the
You can.
replay, and then payback's all yours. So what about you, Eric and Curtis? What'd you guys end up doing at night?
I'm letting him talk. He's the talker.
No, he's the talker with the messed up name that don't even fit him. He's not quiet. Everybody knows this. Everybody's seen it.
Yeah, right. They didn't even know I was there at Catcon. What are you talking about?
Friday we went over to Ernie and Chrissy and Daryl, and then Dominic was staying. And earlier that day, Mr. Murillo gave me a bag of Takis, and my stomach was upset, so I had to go back to the hotel because I wasn't trying to blow up somebody else's room.
By chance, were those chalky beef sticks?
Yes, they were.
Oh boy.
I should probably not tell you where those came from.
Oh, we got to hear. Now you got to say where they came from.
I bought them at a gas station. They were on sale. I bought several packs of them. They didn't bother my stomach, but I gave a pack to Mike and Trish to try.
Is
And
that
he
like,
gave them to me.
He said you ate the whole bag. No wonder your stomach was messed up.
Yeah, maybe there was a reason why they were marked 80% off.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't? It didn't say expired in 2022 instead of
I didn't look.
2023.
Yeah, we look. We make sure we weren't eating dog.
Yeah, you got to watch some of these jokers in here. They'll do anything to get a laugh, won't they?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't laughing.
Everybody else was.
At least it was a gas station chicken.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, one of my highlights of the trip was sharing a Carolina Reaper piece of chocolate with Ashley from Hook, Line, and Chill. Oh, she thought she was gonna die.
Really? It was that hot, huh?
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. They even put a video up on their Instagram of it.
Oh, really? I'll have to check that out. You should post that on your community tab.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Post a link of that on there. And if you guys want to find that video, go down in the description of this one and click on Josh's link and all the other guys' links and check out their channels, become subscribers if you haven't already. I know a lot of the people here in chat already are, but I know there's going to be some people in the podcast that aren't. And I guarantee you these guys are some of the more entertaining guys out there on YouTube. So check them out. It'll be time spent well over there. I got a tongue-tied today. I'm around all this greatness. So what else you guys got to say? I can't say everything here.
Where do you see this greatness at?
Down here in the lower right-hand side under Eric and Curtis. That's where the greatness is right there, guys.
I think the greatness is in the chat, but that's just me. But
I
think
Eric.
the Catcon kicks off the fishing season for me and Curtis. That's just my thought.
Same for me. I think that that's probably a good way to look at it. So I plan on getting out here in the next week or so when I finish doing some modifications to my boat and that. But I definitely am. I'm going out to get some bait this week and get ready and get started. Whether we're going to be chasing channel cats or crappies, it's still a little too early in my neck of the woods for flatheads, but it's coming, folks, and I'm getting excited. But there's no better way to get ramped up than to go into Catcon and coming home and wetting a couple of lines. That's for sure. I know a lot of people that are listening, and there's a lot of people that are listening that are able to fish in the colder months of the year, but I'm not that fortunate. So going down to Catcon, was pretty excited to start seeing some open water and stuff on my way down there. Going over the Ohio River is always something that kind of sets me off. So I don't do it too often, but when I do go over any big body of water like that, it gets me pumped. If you can't tell, I can't shut up about it. Oh my God.
I know that. Speaking of that, I was out putting new rod holders on the boat today on Curtis's side.
Yeah, what kind of rod holders you put up on there? Oh, some fish bite rod holders.
Yep.
Fish bite's been around for a good long time. They make some good stuff.
Get them at Cat, Eric?
No, I got them at AJ's Bait and Tackle.
Oh, cool.
I know a lot of guys that use those fish bite ones. There's so many good rod holders out there. You know, as long as you're not going with like the cheap ones from a big box store, you're definitely gonna be
Walmart ones.
Walmart.
Ozark Trail. Did I say that out loud? And I got Aaron from Catfish Regulators giving me some more business. He says, Mark, you know where you can fish all year round? That's right, the South.
Yep.
It's true.
Right. There's no ice on Lake Gaston ever.
I know.
Watch, now it's gonna happen, Tom. Thanks a lot.
Well, then we'll just go to Kerr.
Right.
I say if you come, Mark, you know Gaston has its big fish, but it's connected to Kerr. We're just below the Kerr Dam, so we can fish two big bodies of water that are known for monster fish. So
maybe I know where to go next winter once it gets too cold to fish up here. Even though I just didn't get a chance to do any ice fishing this year, but it's not about all that. But I just didn't get to do it, so I'm really chomping at the bit, which is the only reason I keep bringing it up, and the only reason why Aaron keeps riding me about it. So
Come down in the spring, Mark.
Come down when?
In the spring.
Oh man, how long is that ride for me? I think it's 16 hours.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad. As long as I don't take any Advil PMs, I'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I survived 11 hours in the car with these guys.
Yeah, Danny Stone brings up a valid
Josh
point.
should have locked the windows.
You could tell Mark came from a colder climate. I was sweating when I got there. I'm like, what's this 60-degree baloney?
Danny, cut your mouth face.
I got to meet the great Danny Stone. Me, Danny, and Parker, along with Marcia and Stacia, got together at the hotel afterwards, and we were able to share an adult beverage there. That was kind of cool after we went out for pizza with Dee. Hello, Dee, and Chad, and Josh, and Big Bill's Veterans Catfish, and I had a good time there on Friday night. So that's where we spent. That's where I spent Friday night before I went home the next day. So,
Hey, Mark.
yes, sir.
Did that Danny ever shut up the whole entire weekend?
Come to think of it, I don't think he did.
I heard him in my sleep.
Yeah, he's like the Energizer battery. He just doesn't stop.
Hey, you know, I don't mind that at all. It's better than sitting in awkward silence.
Yeah.
That's killer. Especially, I got a lot of guys that I fish with. Man, I'll sit on a bank with them for like 8 hours back in the day, and they won't say a word the whole time they're there. So,
Well, that's like
I don't fish with them once.
that's like the Golden Whisker Awards. Danny was the only one that didn't need a mic because his mouth's so loud.
Yeah, right.
Brian B. Catfish says, Mark, I heard you're a lightweight, but I'm not going to tell anybody else.
Ooh.
You know, I got to tell you, Brian B is another one that surprised me because this is my first time meeting him. That's an itty bitty little fella.
I don't think,
Uncle B.
I don't think he was that itty bitty. He didn't seem like a man of small stature to me.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 6'3", 525 pounds, so
He's Mighty Mouse.
yeah.
Josh is being modest.
Just being modest.
I think Brian B is you know, here's one thing that was I don't want to say it was embarrassing. It wasn't embarrassing. It was surprising that everybody, and I guess this has become infamous in the Catfish family, a TikTok that a certain creator might have done last year after he won a Golden Whisker Award, which was a celebratory TikTok that went live from a tavern somewhere out in northern Illinois. So, but we're not going to get into that. I must have been asked like by 8 different people about it. I was like, are you kidding me? That goes to show you, don't be careful what you do and while you're live, folks. Really do.
Is that the one that had those 2 ladies there?
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that.
That was the one live I was on. That I
You know, they paid 4 people's bar tab that night. That was great. You guys are awesome. People were sending me money to my freaking PayPal account. It was pretty fantastic. Ain't gonna lie. Murillo Family Fishing says, me and Mark are proof that the Midwest has some beef. Let me add to that beef cake, Murillo. Beef cake.
There you go.
I don't know about all that.
Don't make me grab your butt next year.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That was the one person I hung out with the most was Mr. Murillo. I really enjoy his company.
Yeah, I hung out with everybody. I made sure to hang out with Miss Chrissy, definitely. I loved hanging out with Tim Murillo. That was great meeting him for the first time. Such a good dude. Everybody was so freaking awesome there. I don't know what else to say. I had a good time. I loved watching here's my segue, the Golden Whisker Awards with Dee and Jerry. That was pretty cool. And Josh was right there, and Chad was at her table too. We had a lot of fun. So let's segue into the Golden Whisker Awards. So how'd you guys enjoy that show?
Awesome. Miss Telly did an awesome job.
I enjoyed seeing Chris Telly the stage 10 times. Cool.
Yeah.
And Josh,
You broke up, Art. What did you say, bud?
That I enjoyed watching Chris and Telly walk up the stage 10 times.
They did. They won quite a bit between the two of them, didn't they?
Is it 5?
Yep.
And my favorite part of the Golden Whiskers was Danny was named Bank Angler of the Year, and he walks up and Kevin goes, here's the mic. I don't know dang mics. Like Chris and Telly don't bank fish.
That was a highlight for me. The biggest highlight in the world is seeing my dear friend Lyle Stokes and Chad and Josh, Catfish Weekly, which I've been watching for so long, win the live show award. Definitely, I really enjoyed seeing them get that. If anybody deserves it, it's definitely Lyle and all the people that are on there and have been on there in the past. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to everybody that won a Golden Whisker Awards. It's pretty cool. It's good that the community steps up and supports the ones that they watch and they really like. So I get a big kick out of that. So
I have one thing to say. I enjoyed hounding Keith, fishing and stuff.
Why would you do that? Keith is so shy. He's such good people. If I'd have known you were giving him a good time, we'd have some problems. But next year, Keith, I know Keith watches the show on the replay sometimes. Keith, if you need some protection next year, I'm your boy. You just give me a call.
That's awesome.
He sure doesn't need to walk faster, though.
It was good to see him on there. He took a bunch of awards home too, and rightfully so as well. Miss Jody got, if I'm not mistaken, Female Angler of the Year. She also got, didn't she also get Live Show of the Year as well?
Yes.
If I remember correctly. Who else am I missing? I know that Pig Patrol got Thumbnail of the Year. I do think that Josh and Catfish Weekly got robbed on that one. But that's okay. You're allowed to have feelings like that. This is America, right?
America.
Trophy.
Who am I missing too? I should have had this list up here, but I'm sure Kevin's having a show on Wednesday night. I'm sure he'll go through all the winners and stuff. So
yeah, he's probably gonna go through the winners and the voting.
Yeah, tune in to Palmetto Cats on Wednesday night and check all that out.
Yeah, and I'd like to shout out Kevin for all the time and the work that he puts into putting that on. Not everybody's going to be happy with everything, and there's a lot of disappointment. But it's a great event, and I thank him for the great job that he does with it.
Yep. It's a lot of work, man. I can't even imagine. I mean, I do those 1v1s, the March Madness and so on, and that's a lot of work. I can only imagine having everybody in the Catfish community here on YouTube and outside of YouTube having a say in all of that. That's not something that I would look forward to when I woke up in the morning, the whole month of January, to be honest with you. So and February.
I have one other thing to say. I want to thank Danibles for creating that trophy for Kevin. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was fabulous. Yep.
Very cool. I meant to walk up and get a look at that. I didn't, and my vision isn't as great being an old man, but good job, Danimal. I know that he'd been working long and hard on that thing. So, So did everybody you pick win?
I can't remember. I voted so long ago. I can't remember.
Creole Catfish says, being on the committee gave me a whole new appreciation for how difficult it is.
Oh, so Creole, you're the one that didn't vote for me. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Creole's right. There's a lot more that goes onto it than what people think.
Yeah.
Kevin says he posted a picture of it when he repaired it with some epoxy on your community tab, Kevin, I'm guessing, unless it's on the Facebook page. I'm sure you can find it in one of those two places, folks. Just look up Palmetto Cats in both of those locations. So,
right. Yeah. So Caleb catch the feed that during the Golden Whiskers. And I know Caleb's a busy dude, with his company, but he always takes the time to, like Tom, takes the time to give recognition where it's due. And he sat there and he was like, dude, he put all this together himself? Yeah, he does all of it. I mean, he does have the committee and stuff now, but how much sponsor Bob? I can't remember, but I think he's just had enough to cover for the trophy and shipping if there is whatever. And yeah, I need to sponsor this next year. So Kevin, be on the lookout for Caleb to be talking to you about next year's Golden Whiskers. because he was blown away by how well it was put together, and he recognized the effort.
That's like Fracture Fish. He sponsored a lot of the awards.
Yeah, and that's another thing for people listening in podcast land. All the awards were sponsored by people in the catfish community, and there was a whole bunch of them. Fracture Fix being one of them. Becca
Miss
sponsored
Becca.
one.
Yeah.
Who else? There was a whole bunch of 3+1. I remember coming across the screen.
Kenneth, take down catfishing.
Take down catfishing. Definitely. We want to make sure we give them all thanks for doing so.
Miss D and Chad. More
yeah,
D
Miss
than
D and
Chad.
Chad definitely did as well.
More D than Chad.
I think Kristen Telly sponsored
He's
at least
probably
one.
mad at me on the weekend,
Yeah.
and I care less. He'll be mad at me.
Yeah, Mark, that's something Eric didn't tell you. He had an awesome time before we went to Catcon. We went over to J Dog's house, and here sits Chad's boat out back there.
I saw a video of somebody desecrating somebody else's boat.
Eric went back there and enjoyed the boat.
Me and his boat had a little alone time. Payback for last year, what he did to my truck.
Oh,
Speak of the devil. Chad over at Fields of Water says, "I'm still upset Brian B didn't even get nominated for Bank Angler of the Year."
I thought he had a cooking channel, not a fishing channel.
Yeah, he was cooking macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when was the last time you seen him out in the boat? Been a while.
Yeah,
Give him time. I got faith in my buddy Brian. He's coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I told him I wanted to catch a ride with Chunky a couple times.
Brian B sponsored some apparently. It says Uncle
Yep.
B sponsored a couple of them.
Yep.
Way to go, Brian. Thank you very much for doing that. Tim Molina's confirming that as well. So we got a lot of confirmation there. So call Brian B a liar now, fellas.
Call me a liar.
Yeah, I was glad to see Tim Molina there. That was a surprise. I didn't know he
Yeah.
was coming.
Yep, that was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tim had a long drive there. So New Mexico's a long ride. Tim dropped me off some coffee, which I enjoyed this morning, which is really delicious. So thank you very much, Tim, on that.
I believe Uncle Jeep too. He sponsored.
Oh, he did. He absolutely
Yeah.
did. It
And those,
was great meeting Uncle Jeep. He brought me some bacon of all things. I was honored.
did you get any of them bacon donuts? Anybody got any of them bacon donuts?
I didn't have any of the bacon donuts. I was tempted. I just kind of refrained from it, but I appreciate that he brought them. Definitely.
I took a bite of somebody's. I don't know who it was. I didn't
Look,
eat a
there's
whole
partial donut here. I think I'll help myself. So
Yeah.
I don't know what this thing's
No, somebody took me off.
Yeah.
Well, next year,
Those
Mark,
are the
you'll have
best
to
I've
have
had.
one. That's part of the tradition. This is the second year in a row Uncle Jeep's brought this.
I have had them before. I wanted to make sure people that haven't were
Okay.
able to get them. So that's kind of why with kind of that and another reason I'm trying to control my weight a little bit. But other than that, Danny Stone says big thanks to Tony Harrison for sponsoring the Bank Angler of the Year. See, Danny Stone doesn't want to thank anybody else for sponsoring any awards he did.
Just the one he won.
Danny's a good dude.
Yeah, we mentioned Becca already, Kevin. Brian B. Catfishing said last time I was on the boat, I won a tournament. Ooh.
Yeah, he's talking smack in there.
Boy, he's a tough guy, ain't he?
Well, you know, I've seen Brian back it up.
That's why I call him Mighty Mouse.
We're gonna try and get Brian B versus Creole again on a 1v1.
There you go.
We'll get it on the next round robin
Freddie
tournament.
did.
That's right, Uncle Lou.
Uncle Lou says
Uncle
big
Lou.
thanks to FOA for making awards as well. Definitely, those were pretty cool. Freddie does good work with
Yeah,
the
they
wood
did.
burn.
Like Kevin said, they smelled good.
Yeah.
Cedar always does. I don't know if that was Freddie or the actual award. What do you guys
It
think?
might have been Freddie.
It wasn't Freddie. It
I
wasn't
mean,
Freddie.
he did
Freddie,
put all
you smell
time in-
pretty.
that time into putting his makeup on. You know, he had to dye his hair and put his eyeliner on and put his big cowboy hat on.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
Freddie might win best dress next year.
That's Freddie sure is a pretty man.
Wow.
Don't
This
want
is
to
really
Not
taking
me.
a turn.
Well, Freddie hasn't seen it yet, but I asked Nina if it would be all right if I took a picture with Freddie's cowboy hat on. And
Ooh.
she snapped the picture for me. So when I do my photo dump, when I finish cropping all my pics, it's going to be in there.
I didn't take any pictures this year.
Yeah, Kevin's confirming that. Yes, Freddie did make FOA Customs made the plaques and sponsored an award as well. So thank you, Freddie, for doing that.
Well, no,
Trying
I'm
to
sure
get
that
through
was
all these
Freddie.
things.
If that's FOA Customs, it could be Freddie, Nina, Halana, or Trey that made those.
This is true.
Yeah.
Freddie can't do all that stuff himself. We all know that. He's taking all the credit.
Yeah.
I think it's all Nina. It's
Yeah,
kind of
Nina.
like Chris and Telly.
Yep.
No, Telly does everything, and Chris takes all the credit for it.
Yep.
Love you, Chris. Telly.
Uncle Lou says, I hope he didn't Eric those awards. What does he mean by that, Eric, you think?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Tim Molina says, prettiest man I ever saw. The heart emoji, smiley face. And Freddie says, wow, that turned bad real quick.
You know you liked it, Freddie.
This is almost like a live fishing stream or a tournament stream, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turning into that. That's why we love them all. Look at this. Another person wore Freddie's hat. Freddie, you're going to have to get like deloused or something.
I tried the white one, Chris. I hope I was before you.
Somebody got some penicillin.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody, if you haven't wished Uncle Lou a happy birthday, his birthday was this weekend, so make sure you do that. I believe it was either Friday or Saturday. You have to forgive me, Lee. It was one of those
Yep,
days.
happy birthday, Uncle Lou.
Friday, I think.
Yeah, it's Friday.
I think it was.
It was awesome.
Jody showed up. She said, looks like the first day of school with all the cool kids wearing their fancy new clothes. Look at Chad, fella.
Ain't nothing fancy about mine. I've been out foraging all day. It's rough.
So what you're saying is,
Yeah.
Chris did the Adam Sandler pose with Freddie's hat.
Wow.
He didn't put it on the top of his head.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Palmetto Cats is reminding us that Uncle Lou won an award on his birthday. Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who, all right. Blue Cat was won by Chris, correct?
Yep, and all the rest.
And Flathead was won by,
I don't know.
was that Spencer? Kevin, help us out.
Yeah, I think it was Spencer.
I know that my buddy Jonathan over at Hooked Catfish and One Channel Cat. Congratulations to all those three fellas. Those are three awards near and dear to my heart.
Hey, I'll say something. Chris and Telly, look out. Duo of the year next year, right here.
Couple of the year, that's right.
Duo, not couple.
I knew you guys were going to say something.
You gotta know, Eric.
We would never.
I'm out. Deuces.
Don't you guys have a one versus against Jody coming up?
Nah. Mark, this ain't Burger King. She ain't getting it her way.
So it's not happening.
No, she's getting Eric's. This ain't a 2-for-1. This ain't the holiday special.
Oh, so it's just against you, Eric?
That's right. Ain't
I
nothing.
guess I don't mind beating Jody. I mean,
I was going to ask you if you're man
I want
enough
to be like my buddy, my idol Aaron. I mean, but I'm not. I'm not doing no wearing a dress, walking in water. It's just straight up fishing. I'm not. all that horn
Y'all
dog
stay
stuff
tuned.
now.
I got something for you on that day.
Kevin over at Palmetto Cats is reminding us that Art was nominated for Blue Cat, but my knucklehead staff forgot to include his clip. You have a staff, Kevin? I need to get me one of them.
Look at itself.
Oh, self. I thought he said staff. I was gonna say, if we got staff here, I think I need to get me one of them. So
It's all good in the hood.
You're looking at the staff, all of us.
Two Stands Fishing says, nope, Stan 3 and I are taking back duo of the year. Look at this. We got how many days till Catcon? 361?
361.
Hey,
Art, let's do it, Art.
the mayor challenge accepted.
Yep.
We got to go, Josh, to do that.
Huh?
So we got to fix our lives and go fishing more in order to do that.
I'm down. I'm ready. Let's go. I got my pole from the truck right now. Get off your tail. Let's go.
So here's the question that people want to know. Are you guys going to stay on YouTube or are you migrating over to TikTok?
YouTube. Stay on YouTube.
Talking about Tom.
Talk about you, Art.
What's TikTok?
Yeah. We're going to both. Honestly, I had a GoPro for a good month and a half. I couldn't find out where it was. But we're going to both. Why not?
I'm just giving Art a hard time because he had a runaway hit on TikTok. So
Yeah.
I'd give him a little business. How many hits are you up to on that one, views?
2.3 million, I think.
Oh, look at him. He kind of had to look sideways, all coy. Like that girl on prom night that claims she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You said you loved me.
Speaking of that, somebody said Catcon is kind of like the prom for catfish.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Catfish prom. Me.
That'd be Tom.
Tom said catfish prom. So we got another name for it here, folks.
Yep. And I mean that lovingly.
Hey, look at this. We're gonna give you the full screen so you can shut it off. No,
Put it
wait,
back
don't
up
shut it
there.
off. Have them go to your thing and watch it. That's all you
Yeah.
said, Don.
2.3 million.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thanks. We're gonna stay both though. I want to do what we typically do is if we talk, I know right at the heading it has our link for YouTube on it, but yeah, we've just been chilling and having fun, like Tom was saying, getting back to the roots of fishing. Having
Fun.
and
A lot of people forgot
TikTok.
about.
doing those funny clips or the sounds that they use, it's helped us have that fun again and kind of, you can get burnt out on stuff. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and it happens.
Sometimes you got to take a break, guys. I know I've been there, definitely been there. Sometimes you got to take a short break and just keep it in the back of your head that you're going to come back and try to find some, some sort of inspiration to get back on that horse and ride. So, and I don't mean Chad's boat, Eric. All right. Anybody else got anything? We're coming up on just over an hour here.
I mean,
Art?
you do have the red light special.
Well, it'll be on there. I don't know if we'll I'm going to give an update to the direction of I'm taking my channel this year. I'll probably do it in a crew member chat first, and we'll let it get out that way. But definitely going to have some announcements to make. Other than that, I'm going to try and fish a heck of a lot more this year. I mean, like a ridiculous amount this year. That's the plan.
Hey, Mark,
Already got it in the works. So what's up?
Hoover's not that far away, buddy. The catfish are getting bigger.
I'm going to try and hit some big rivers around here. We'll leave it at that. So we'll see. There's the gathering in April. I'm going to try and make that those plans are still up in the air, and I got a bunch of other plans. So hopefully we'll get it. And I'm not doing like Josh claims that I'm doing, and that's just asking for zip code so I can turn people down. But that's a long story, folks. Listen on a podcast. So Josh gives me a lot of flack. Hopefully we'll get out and fish with a bunch more people. Catcon's really inspired me to get out and meet some people, not just go to Catcon and stuff, but get out and fish with a bunch of the people that I really enjoy hanging out with. So,
And for the record, it's not this Josh.
yeah, I'm sorry, Josh, the weekend angler.
That's Josh 1.0.
Yeah, I don't know Josh too. The weekend angler. Check out his channel. He's got that bass tournament coming up too.
It's the
And
little guy.
this Thursday on Panfish Nation. Make sure you tune in. We got a special announcement to make. You guys are going to want to tune in for this one. Should be it's going to be very interesting. It's an idea that some of the guys came up with that I'm glad that I'm being included on and being a part of. So make sure you tune in on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and you'll get what's going on. Tom, anything? How's the kitchen going? Any other plans besides kitchen remodeling?
No, that's pretty much taken up all of the time. We've got the appliances in. The cabinets are coming. Thanks to Daryl on March the 10th, and then all we got to do is the countertops. The cabinets are coming. The countertops, those will be 6 to 8 weeks, give or take, after they measure for them. But it will be pretty much functioning. We can put some wood down on top of the counters so that the cabinets, so that we can at least use the kitchen again.
So you can get some of that good cooking on the dock.
Yeah, Miss Michelle says we're starting to take reservations for the dock for the coming year. So, nice. So hopefully we'll get this put back together soon.
Uncle Josh, what do you got planned for your channel?
I don't know. I want to start making some foraging videos. I haven't been doing that as far as my personal channel, but our one-ton channel, we're just looking forward to doing some fishing, man, having fun. That's it. That's literally all we want to do.
Eric and Curtis, what do you guys got planned for this year?
We plan on doing a lot more fishing and a lot more traveling and fishing with people.
Having fun.
But Mark, how many ducks you got on your boat?
I was waiting for him to say that. Long story, folks. I'm not going to explain it. And we talked, Art, anything else? I know we talked to you for a second, but I'm hoping nothing got left out.
Oh, no. Probably the next cool thing that's probably going to happen is John Parker's coming in April. So he's not bringing his boat this time, so we don't get to chauffeur him around, but we're going to bank fish with him. And hopefully Kenneth can come down, and Tom and Aaron, and anybody else who wants to join the rowdy crew.
Well, there goes the fish. John Parker's coming down.
Oh, we're calling 1-800-RENT-A-FISH.
Yeah.
There you go. Just fire up the grill.
That would be so cool to fish with all of you jokers, Kenneth and the 1-ton crew. Definitely Mr. not a joker, but Mr. Real-Time Catfish and John Parker. That would be pretty cool. And on that note, fellas, I think I'm going to leave you all with what John Parker said in the comment. He says, I think the Golden Whisker Awards makes us all push a little harder to do our best. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So thank everybody for listening, both on the audio podcast. Thank you everybody for being in chat. I appreciate you guys coming here week after week. I adore each and every one of you. It was great meeting most of you at Catcon. Remember to keep Avid. He's having a surgery tomorrow in your prayers. Also keep the Murillo family in your prayers as well for losing their grandfather. That's a big loss in anybody's book. And be good to each other. Get out there and fish, folks. Have a great night. Love you all. Bye.